Now we're actually live. Come on, it should be live now. All right, there we go. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties meant to go live. Well, I thought I was live talking to myself. Um, our Elon Musk bot is currently trolling me in the Discord. I said, sorry, technical difficulties. Josh the founder, more like Josh the failure, can't handle some technical difficulties. The AIs are ruthless. Okay, anyways. Interesting day today. Actually, let me pull this back over. Let's talk about some wins. Actually, let's start with the L's. Did a cut on N phase. Did a cut on Solar Edge. I set alerts from both. To be honest, if I was gonna get back on one of these, or if I shouldn't have cut one, I think N phase was the one that probably could have held. This would have been profitable for my position if I didn't cut both with minor losses. But the daily here is rolling over. Solar Hedge looks even weaker. A few people in the Discord where had lots of criticisms for even attempting to play, because months and months ago we heard, lots of terrible things about Solar. I don't really want to get into the technicals or the news. It's months ago, right? Here's the thing. The difference between investor and trader is like that was months ago. I'm looking for a continuation of a bounce, maybe a potential gap up. Things get priced in. News comes out, you give the market 3 months, it's gonna price that in. Okay, so something that happened 3 months ago isn't gonna prevent me from taking a trade right now. And even if it were, I'm still gonna follow the price action, right? So, I understand why people say stuff like that, but usually if they say stuff like that, they're not good traders. Like they're not understanding that things like that get priced in. So let's talk about some wins. Now that you've got a good idea of why I set up that trade, even though obviously the stock is weak, obviously it's taking a beating, trying to follow the price action and acknowledging that, hey, market prices stuff in. It's not like something bad happens and then it just goes down forever, right? So let's talk about some of these trades that are really good. First thing, right at the kick of the morning was CRM. That was fantastic. Swung at the money calls on the last chunk. Was able to take it was more like 85% on these when I actually sold them. So that was great. That was a big win this morning. Completely made up for some minor dinks that we took along the way. Big shout out to Secondary Moves, another trader in Discord, formerly known as Value Homie. TLT strength is really strong. He came in with the marches. That's excellent. I still have this position open, 104%. I am looking for a dip, and I'm looking for that dip to kind of start forming right now. Didn't quite time the top here, but we're far from what the actual top will be, right, for bonds. The catalyst hasn't even played out. This is just FOMO, basically. FOMO into the bond move. The daily looking so strong, Maybe I was too quick to start taking profits here now that we're up over 100% on this play. But hey, you made money. That's the only goal, right? Most people don't. So if you're making money, you're doing good. Try not to be too hard on yourself. It's what it is. You're never going to time tasks perfectly all the time, like we did on CRM today. Jets was fantastic. Go to my YouTube, watch the video called The Trade No One Is Talking About. And I talked about this trade. I talked about the big potential here and the fact that no one was talking about it. And I just fat fingered that so hard. But that was beautiful. Again, lots of people giving me criticisms for wanting to go longs Jets. I even had fund managers and the CFAs tell me, why would you go long airlines into a recession? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? The price. Look at the price. Look how far down this is. And then we get the bounce here coming in. Look at where this is at. You're telling me it's not priced in? Near the all-time lows? This is COVID. And it's down near COVID? Are things as bad as they were when COVID hit? When airports were literally empty? Was it? Really, though? It's just silly. People being silly, you know? What can I say? If you hate making money, you hate making money. Nothing I can do about it. So, but that was a 200% play. Fantastic play. You could look for opportunities to roll. I haven't done it yet. Someone asked me in the Discord about that. I'll be looking for that in the future, but I don't think it's right now like that appealing. I'd like to see this roll over a bit. Let's get some indicators up here because this is looking awfully empty. Speaking of plain Jane. Yeah. A 30-minute start to roll over. 1 hour is looking pretty strong. Look at this RSIs. Maybe we'll get a bounce there below our highs. We might have just made the move here and now you just let it chill, or you just hold it as an investment. I do hold some as an investment, along with some railroad stocks. Join the Discord. I'm not going to talk about those. Can't talk about everything on the stream for free, right? Become a member in the Discord. It's only $2.99. All right, so damn, what are my February puts like? I'm accumulating a position on SPY right now. For February, they're pretty much stagnant. I'm just slightly up on it. Well, that's because I average it, actually. We're actually up a good amount of money. But I got a sizable position here. This looks like the rollover is finally beginning. I mean, technically right now, I wouldn't go like short term on anything. I gave it a shout out. Well, I think I said it earlier today for, you know, our members that there was some decent risk reward on a potential like Friday play if you wanted to. I think it was like around here I said that. Yeah. What time was that? At 10:43, I told members you could probably play a lotto for the 454s. That's probably 100% returns right there, to be honest. But it's just a little risky still because you're still in this chap zone right here, and maybe we're actually accumulating to test it all the way down. Who knows? Maybe. I don't like trading too big into the chop zone here. But I will count these profits on these further dated puts, which were relatively cheap this morning. So I'll just let those steady build. Apple looking really weak. That 1 hour firing to the downside. I think this is going to drag SPY down sooner. I mean, if you aren't in those yet, you could probably snag a quick 20% if this wants to melt down into the close. You know, we honestly should be looking at the 15, not the 5 minute though. Oh yeah, look at that. We'll get another test of 454. I really feel like the market is starting to wise up to the fact that January is going to be rough and it's trying to front run the move now. And remember, the low liquidity environment will still make the potential that this can reverse. This is still a chop zone, right? Just don't forget that if you're trying to short this. Do not forget that. Go watch last Sunday's report. Don't get slaughtered. Do not get slaughtered. Goldman looking weak. The other thing that caught my eye this morning was MDB. After that first plunge, I thought it looked appealing. You know, we're breaking below all this chop. We had a poor earnings. Market tried to buy it up. We might get another gap down here. Or maybe we can actually just do some Elliott wave charting here. Let me also make sure I'm actually looking at the stream chat. Hello, more money. Jose, message redacted. No. Message redacted. Jose, you're coming in here a lot. Redacted messages, man. You know, if you're gonna say it, say it with your chest. Say what you mean, you know? Don't be wimpy. Don't be afraid. You can't delete those messages and think I won't see it, man. I see everything. Nothing misses my eye. My gosh. Maybe I should have just reversed on CRM and just started shorting it. No, that's actually an awful idea. MDP just broke to a new low. Okay, there might be room to chase here. The only thing is that for a lot of you, this is probably going to be too expensive of a play. My mouse wheel is broken. I gotta buy a new mouse. This is honestly so troll because I'll scroll up, but it will it's buggy and it will go down anyways. Super annoying because I'm used to using this all the time. And it makes me slower. Can't have it. Unacceptable. Hey, if you come in the office, I'm live streaming. Okay. Why are you sitting on the computer, dude? Hey, get off the computer. Echo, come here. Come here. Get off the computer, you freaking dork. Look at this. Look at this fat animal. You're a fat animal. You know that? Don't sit on the computer.
Here you go, sweetheart.
Thank you. See, this is what happens when you make it, guys. You know you've made it when people bring you food and cigars. Some Jersey mics for the market close. What is this? I don't know what it is, but it looks good. I'll try not to eat the mic. Spy melting down. We're in the 454 range. 15 minute just rolled over. It's so weak. Google about to roll over in the 1 hour too. This is so weak. This is so weak. We might actually. This might actually be the 454 break that's coming. This is looking so weak. Okay, we could play this a little bit more aggressively besides the February contracts probably. At this very second though, probably not. But we can look for it. We can look for a better entry here. I mean, this actually might just keep going. 30 minutes super weak. 1 hour just broke. 4 hours dead in the water. Good sign. And your daily's rolling over. Look at the full blown alignment. Okay, so first thing we want to do is definitely buy more. I want to buy more of these February contracts. I'm being like probably unnecessarily safe. Let me show you some Twitter real quick. We're up very, very nicely. Look at that. Make a small bounce here. Yeah, let me add to this February position a little bit more. Just a little nibble nibble. Just a little nibble nibble. Those are $4 a pop? Okay, they're $5 a pop. And I think ideally you want like 446. Could go in the money. Honestly. 441. That's ideally what you want. Pull back here. Let me snag some water real quick, boys. I mean, this is obviously. I mean, this is really obvious, right? And then this is extremely obvious. This is like super obvious. Both of these picture perfect, right? Where things get wonky is what is this? Like I don't even know. This has been so weird to trade because I know it's kind of crude, a little caveman-ish to just be like, oh, top to bottom fibs. But the only thing I'm thinking is that I'm thinking it's I'm thinking it's a wonky WXY that's playing out right now, like a sideways. In which case, you could get a pullback further than 441. You know, because remember, ABCs will follow your fib ratios really well. They're pretty obedient to the 0.618, but your WXY is going to be wild and much more unlikely. And you can get like 533 patterns within that too for those. So I really just need this to play out more and just use some more basic technicals. Another new low, by the way. Let's come test this support at the end of the day. Market's really wising up. See, look at that. Look at that stream. What do you see when you look at this? What do you think? Get off the computer. Echo. Knock it off, dude. Why? These cats never get on my computer. All of a sudden today, they can't stay off of it. Let's do it like this. I'm trying to get a tweet off. I swear this computer mouse is trolling me. All right. That's enough goofing off. Sorry, I took too long to shoot off tweets and mess around. Okay. Looks like we're getting a bounce here. We didn't quite get a test of the support here. Disney rolling over. I want to see the support tested. It would just be beautiful. Need to be keeping an eye on Uber, by the way. I think we said was it the 18th? When does Uber get added to the S&P? Yeah, it's the 18th. So I'd probably like to come in short on Uber into that. You know, sell the news type event. I mean, I think it looks even appealing right now. Honestly, there's your spike on the actual news, sell off, bounce. What's this look like on the fibs? Yeah. They're starting to roll over. RSI crossing the SMA on the 30-minute. 15 minutes about to fire to the downside. Oh, this looks so appealing, actually. Okay. We'll do some speculation after looking at the option chain. Pull it up. Pull it up. These are cheap. Oh, we're heavily favored on the call still. So bulls are being super greedy here. That also makes this more appealing to me. So we definitely want to catch the 18th, right? Because our catalyst is going to be the actual listing to the S&P, right? So we want plenty of time past that. So we're probably looking... If we also go into January, we'll probably also catch a macro move. Beta here is... pretty high. Really high. Yeah. So we can go ahead and set this up, actually. I just want to look real quick. I mean, these are so cheap to play right now. Your current historical volatility is 1%. Applied volatility is 34%. Stuck at the VWAP, but wants to give out. So, I mean, we could take this out to January and probably catch some macro turbulence as well. And, I mean, look, our 55s are... And that's for 20 delta. So, probably want to play the 57s. Look at all this open interest. But look at that. $70 calls. Up 45% today. And more buyers today. Jeez, it's such a huge position. Such a terrible strike. I wonder if some of that was leaps. It probably was. Yeah, I like buying the 57s. Going to buy out some of those. It's probably even a stronger play than the... Spy play, see if it actual catalyst. Let's go back to Spy. Looks like they want to bounce this into the close for the last 10 minutes again. I'm feeling so much FOMO when I look at TLT. I probably got to quit looking at it. And we made great money. It's just I kind of paper handed it, honestly. Oh, do we have Chewy earnings today? Uh-oh. Did I forget? Oh, we have GameStop, ChargePoint, C3 AI. Wait, does ChargePoint even have any options available that are playable? Because I'd love to short that. By the way, Uber is melting up. My gosh. There's more liquidity on ChargePoint's options than they are on the actual shares. What trash. That must be popular on Wall Street Bets or something. That's... look at this. Look at this garbage. There's probably money to be made here, but not for me. I mean, look at that drop. If you try to short it from here, you're just being greedy. What's your short interest here? Yeah, let's look at ChargePoint. Sorry, I'm like answering DMs all day too, so all over the place. 22%. You don't really have that strong of a probability of a short squeeze here. This just cracks me up though. Okay, let's look at Chewy because we got earnings coming up for Chewy. And then we got earnings coming up for, let's get all these pulled up. We have Chewy, Viva. I recognize the name, but I don't know. Oh, then we have AI. Whoa. Don't start trolling me. AI is just literally AI, right? C3 AI. Oh, yeah. We have so I mean if this option chain makes sense, a straddle here might work. Let's look at the option chain. The option chain makes sense. A straddle here might be really good. Makes sense, makes money, right? We're favored on the puts today. Overall favored on the calls. 80,000 calls, 54,000 puts. IV percentiles 23%. Historically 10%. Applied volatility right now is 93% though. So you're gonna get a lot of crush. So if you play this, if you straddle this, you got a big enough move to compensate for about half of the premium just getting evaporated. So it's a bit high. It's a bit high. You also don't have a ton of liquidity here. Don't really like that. $24. You have some liquidity here. Is it 24 delta good enough? Because I bet if you average this out, you get an average of like a $5 move. Stock's pricing in $2 move. So I mean, you got a decent shot. This is a cheap play too. You're paying just under $1. I could get a 25 delta here. Favorite on the downside. I wonder if I can go to January and maybe lean a bit on the shorter side. But I don't want a 15 delta. It's too far out. I'm cutting out a lot of this applied volatility if I bring it out. We got 5 minutes before the market closes to make a decision here. Man, someone's feeling especially bearish here. Let's just take a quick look at the Februaries. Whew. This looks like someone else straddled the stock. Right here. At the 72. 82. The stock's pricing in more for the downside. On long term. All right. It's tempting to almost play this just to the downside because I don't like this company fundamentally. I think the server side of AI is a terrible place to be. Honestly, I mean, it's so hard to tell if this is actually like a good company or if it's trash. I think I come in short dated to just buy the 29 both sides. I don't know. The February Strangle looks good too, though. I'm gonna do a February Strangle. We got 2 minutes left. Let's look at Chewy. The Chewy broke down my charting pretty badly that I had. And I mean, they're having issues with margin, but they're still the price wise, they're still crushing competition. And I still see these Chewy boxes on everyone's front porch. I know that's very anecdotal, but sometimes anecdotes work. Good indicators. The daily is actually rolling over here. It's hard to imagine because we got a CFA researcher in Discord who's very bearish on Chewy, but at the same time, like, look at how much this market's priced into this stock. I don't know. You could tell me 6 ways to Sunday that this could have, could go to $10, but I mean, it broke all-time lows. But it's starting to finally pivot slightly. I mean, it might just not be worth it to play it at all. What time is it where you are? For me, it's 11 p.m. For me, it is 2:59. 2:59. You must be across the entire world, Ryad. I like the name Ryad. Ryad Tillout. I'm probably saying it wrong. No offense, Matt. Yeah. Probably won't play Chewy. But if this rallies, won't be surprised at all. Won't be surprised in the slightest. Now let's look at TLT and feel a bunch of FOMO. Let's do. Stewing it. Stewing it. Remember, we could have held the whole position for 100%. Instead, we only got a portion for 100%. Let it be known that I called this better than pretty much everyone on FinTwit. Only because I had to be burned on it 2022 and then burned again 2023. But it eventually paid off huge. This is my largest position coming here at the bottom. And I mean, I just didn't expect it to go vertical. I mean, this is the best performance bonds I've had in 40 years. So, hey, if I paper handed a little bit, it's hard to it's hard to be too hard on myself about it. Coins showing signs of wanting to roll over again. Bitcoin's over my target, but honestly, I think I shouldn't have cut that coin short. I think I got a little panicky and emotional about it. I probably should have just held into it. I think at this point, to be fair, at this point, I think if you're entering in here, yeah, I mean, you broke your SMA and everything. Oh, coin's gonna come back down to like $100, and I don't have the position open. I wish we would have saw that like just a few minutes ago, but that's okay. There's plenty of room to chase it to the downside. I mean, that's all you got out of SPY into the close, really. We literally caved down and tested the support. That is wild. At 10 a.m. this morning, I was talking about potentially coming in short on this. I should have just set up the play. I wonder if anyone in the Discord did, because I did call it out. Doesn't look like it. That would have been money. That would have been money. It will be money. I just imagine it's pretty likely we get a gap down there. What time is it at? Am I gonna sit and wait? I don't think I am. I don't think I want to. Apple. SPY. Still looking so weak on the 30-minute. Your 4 hours gonna capitulate. And the daily just keeps melting down. Gosh, it's so persistently strong. I wonder if this is going to keep looking like it wants to melt down. You get the breakout and everything. And I wonder if this is going to turn into like a bit of consolidation before another push up. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. But it would be wild. I think at this point, it would burn most people. Everyone starts like trying to front run what they would think will be the downturn, like me in January and February. I think a lot of people are starting to think that now. So I wouldn't be surprised if everyone tries to front run this and then the market squeezes them out of it. And then once they're squeezed out, then it just leap off the cliff. That said, and I mean, getting ahead of it like this is dangerous for that reason, right? Because even though we see an alignment, especially on the TTM squeeze, the key to this indicator, right, is you want to see alignment across different charts. Ideally, what you want to see is the daily break to the downside at the same time that the weekly does. That's usually an indication of like your big moves. Like, what is this one? May 2020. When we come in. Wait, I said May 2020, didn't I? Yeah. So what was that move? Yeah, look at that big move. It's just like straight up. Anytime you see that though, on a daily and weekly. And we've shared like an indicator that'll automatically hunt out stocks that are doing that for you. That you could set up with your Thinkorswim. I don't have the code for it on anything else. I probably should just set it up on TradingView. But maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll find some time to do that tonight. Anyways, that's it for today's trading. I just wanted to cover the last hour of the market. You know what? I should definitely code that. Maybe I'll find some time this weekend to go ahead and code that for TradingView. I got a lot of stuff set up on Thinkorswim that I don't have set up on TradingView. Maybe starting to start moving some of that stuff over. I was waiting to do a lot of that because of the merger with TradingView. Sorry, the merger between Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade made it so that I couldn't pair my brokerage to TradingView. And I had like just figured out that TradingView was the platform I wanted to use around the same time. And that process took like 8 months. I think it'll allow me now. So I think I'll start trying to fully integrate and use this for everything. Still rolling over. We just fired on the daily. This is about to... It's about to eat it. Weak. Strong. Real strong bounce. 1 minute. Still weak on the 1 hour. Weak. Rolling over. This could by the end of the week, I think this form's top. I don't know what the exact top will be at this point. I mean, even if it goes up another 1,000, 2,000, I was pretty much close enough to top, right? Earlier this week, I was like, whoa, we're like within $100. And then it leaps up again. I'm still looking for this rollover. Hence why I'm feeling some FOMO about getting short on coins. Should set that up sooner. Of course, obviously, I see another rally coming. We'll adjust what we think the top of that is once this confirms a rollover. And I'd say like 5% chance that this rallies all the way up to 58 for a full second standard deviation. A full another deviation to the upside of your 2.618. 58,000. Probably a 5% chance that we continue all the way up here. Just melt up. But not impossible. Nothing's guaranteed. No free lunches. I want to short Tesla so bad, but I also don't want to trade it in this wedge. I want to see this wedge break. Spotify was looking strong. We had complete denial. I think this is kind of like dead in the water. You just want to let it consolidate. You don't want to touch it right now. Look at all the chop. And then we're like getting some funny business on the RSI right there. All kinds of wild swings. I don't know what news set this off. I still haven't looked it up. Why is Spotify saying goodbye to award-winning podcasts? %17% of workforce cut. Probably why it rallied. MDB. That's a big chunk too. That was a huge plunge into the close. Man, I could have chased this. I should have just set up the trade. I got distracted because I was live streaming. That's the problem with live streaming. I was staring at this after this plunge. And after I broke this support, I wanted to come in short and chase it. Down to like 380. But I got distracted. That's okay. Always more opportunities. I like coming in short on Uber, even though it tried to squeeze into the close. That's fine, whatever. Just do your thing. Be patient with it. Let it cook. CRM was such a ball-in trade this morning. Quick 80%. Swung out the money. And I think you could literally just reverse it. We closed at the support yesterday. Let's see if we break these lows. And then maybe we come in short on it and look for like an extension to the downside. I don't know. I probably need to do some more extensive Elliott wave charting here. I'm not doing it right now though. Jets. We already talked about Jets. This is 200% play. that we've talked about. This is just SPY inverted. Don't you want to go long when you look at this chart? Don't you just see this chart? And you're like, oh, what is this? At a minimum, you see this chart and you probably want to do some research on like, what's going on here? Is this an opportunity? At a minimum, right? Like, oh, support. And then you're all amped about buying this, right? But then I tell you, oh, it's just SPY inverted. And then how do you feel? You feel away, don't you? I bet you do. Okay. That's going to be it today, folks. Sorry, I didn't realize I was blinded by the light. But flex on the haters, and that's going to be it. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful